What's up, y'all? I am Nico the Barber. We are in the Cut Factory, and today we're talking about how it pays to be practical. Before we can really get in depth about anything else, we need to first understand what it means to be practical. To be practical means to have an idea, plan, or method that's likely to succeed and be effective in real circumstances. Real circumstances. In other words, it means to be realistic. It needs to be doable. Is it feasible? Can I really make this happen in this way? Notice I didn't say, can I make this happen at all? Because nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. So that's not at all what I'm saying. The route that I take to get to these things that I want to see happen, is this the smoothest route that I could take? Is there one that's a little less bumpy, a little less, full of surprises as far as outcome is concerned? The three components to practicality are vision, feedback, and compromise. That's what it all boils down to. Vision is what you want to achieve. That's merely you creating your plan, right? So then you go out, you do whatever it takes to carry out this plan, and you might get a less than favorable outcome, But that is the feedback based on the plan you created. So with this feedback, now you can go back and revise your original plan. And then if you can put your ego aside just enough to go back out there and try it again, if you can put your pride to the side enough to say, look, it's not always going to happen on the first go around. It's not always going to happen when I want it to happen. But as long as I'm consistent and I'm persistent, it's going to happen because it has to happen. It has to. I'm sure Amazon wasn't created just overnight. One click, boom, got it. This is what it's going to be for life. Like, no. You take that feedback, you remove that ego, you revise that plan, you go out and you attack it again. Vision, feedback, compromise. Now, we need to apply this into everyday situations. So, what does practicality look like? One place to start is with your budget. Spend within your means. Spend within your means. Act your wage. If you know that you have a Kool-Aid budget, why are you out here popping bottles of Dom Perignon? Why are you out here with rosé? Why are you buying a section? And the people in that section, if those are your real friends, then they should really know where you really are. And they should really not be encouraging you to do other things that aren't practical. Especially if you have dreams of actually living a different life, having more. Buy the things that you need over the things that you want. It's a compromise. Not to say you'll never have the iPhone 15, but if you know right now, yeah, my little iPhone 8 Plus, my screen a little cracked, just a little busted up, Now, if it's not just a complete mess and you have to go get the screen repaired or something like that, hold on to that phone. Put that money to the side. Because while you work at McDonald's, knowing you only make $10 an hour, and you want this phone that costs $1,200, do you know how much time you're going to have to give up? Your opportunity cost at this point is over 100 hours of labor. You're not even calculating the fact that Uncle Sam is coming for his taxes, off the rip, gone. If you have dependents, that's more that's withheld out of your check for later. You have insurance, that's coming out, off the rip. And then what if you're already kind of behind? What if you already robbing Peter to pay Paul? Do you really need that new phone? What are you about to do with it? Are you a model? Are you taking pictures with it? Are you recording videos with it? Or are you just walking around with it in your purse, your wallet, your backpack? It just makes you feel good to know you have it. Well, it should make you feel terrible that you wasted over 100 hours on something that you really have nothing to show for. Are you that shallow that the type of phone you have in your pocket determines the type of person that you are in this world, that it determines the impact you have on this world? Focus on the things that you have and be grateful for those things. When you practice gratitude, you can save a lot of money and a lot of heartache as well. When you just practice a little bit of gratitude. No, I don't live where I want to live quite yet. No, I don't drive the car I want to drive quite yet. No, I don't have the relationship I want to have quite yet. But I'm being practical in my approach because I know I want this BMW. I know I want this Mercedes. Hell, I know I want this brand new Toyota Avalon. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you want, you need to be reasonable about where you are in life, and if that's something that needs to be at the top of your list, or if maybe you can bring it down just a couple pegs until you take care of some other things. Because there's no point in working more to afford more to enjoy it less. Like, yeah, make it make sense. There needs to be, you need to make yourself be more proactive than reactive. Proactive people make things happen. They control the scenario. Reactive people just wait for things to happen and then they just, they figure it out from there. Who wants to live like that? That's like living with a blindfold on, never knowing what's going to happen to you. When you can just get out here and take charge of your life. Take charge of the things that you say that you want. Because nobody's making you want what you want. You want it. But do you want it right now? And do you want it only for right now? Or can you step back and look at the bigger picture and put yourself in a situation where you can continuously upgrade your phone? You can continuously, trade in your car, get that new car. You can continuously show up and be there for those around you because you've taken time to compromise and really build your own self and have better practices in your everyday life that you can go out and you can spread to your friends so that your whole circle is on the same level. You don't want to be the only person that can afford to do this and that can afford to go there, or that's mentally understanding of this and that. We're made for interaction, We're made for companionship, whether that's in a romantic sense or in a friend sense. Practical people are results driven and not so focused on the appearance of things, but the functionality. Prime example. I used to drive a 2003 Chevy Impala. It was very much way past 2003. But it was a clean car. It drove well. It got me from point A to point B every single day. And what did I do as I was going from point A to point B? I saved. I put my money up. And I wasn't able to go out and cash out something brand new, but I was able to save up enough money to be able to afford the car note I was going to put myself into so that I could upgrade the vehicle I was driving and do it in a way that when I add this new expense to my budget, because we're tracking budgets, remember? When I add this new expense to my budget, it's not setting me back to the point where I'm like, damn, well, now I only got $50 for food. Damn, now I got to, I might have to pay the rent like 3 days later, put the phone on the payment plan. Like, I am payment plan Dan. Don't play with me. If that's where I'm at, that's what I have to do. It's being done. But I didn't go out and jump into this other car, knowing that next week T-Mobile gonna have to get their payment in about 4 different, like that. No, not at all. Not at all, because that was not realistic. And the last thing I was trying to do was add some stress to my life that I really didn't need because my car works. Because I was being practical about it and because I didn't just jump into another vehicle, I actually wound up getting hit and run, totaled my car. It was in smithereens. It was a mess. Now, had I jumped into that newer car and gotten that same car torn up, I would have been in trouble. I would have been in trouble if I wasn't able to afford full coverage insurance and gotten hit by the same person who also didn't have insurance. It didn't make sense. Being practical means you need to understand that there's not always going to be a guarantee, to the things that you're trying to achieve. But it means being open-minded enough to understand, there are both pleasant and unpleasant experiences in this life. Both. You cannot take one without the other. You cannot have rain and no sun. You can't have sun and no rain, You can't have up without down. You can't have in without out. So if you just use the knowledge that you're gaining throughout these experiences and you apply it, and you continue to apply it, and you continue to revise, and you continue to rebuild, and you continue to reassert yourself and reassess the situation, you can't help but get to that point of fulfillment. It's going to come. A lot of times we get tired of, getting doors closed in our face. We get tired of, hearing no. We get tired of just things just not going how we feel like it should go. But it's going exactly the way it's meant to go. For one of two reasons. Either there's a lesson that you need to learn from this, or you need to keep applying yourself. You need to keep pushing until you find that person that's going to hold that door open for you, that's going to give you that yes, that's going to give you that chance to show up and show out. Faith without work is dead. Faith is no different than manifestation to me, because I can't sit here and say that I want to manifest financial abundance. I want a bigger network. I want more clientele when I just sit in this shop and nobody knows who I am. Nobody knows what I can do. I don't advertise. I don't do anything that's conducive to the growth of my career. If I don't have a head in the chair, there's no money being made. I need to be proactive. I need to understand that if I don't make this happen, eventually I'll be in a reactive state. Because life is going to happen regardless. How it's going to happen is up to you. Action is practical in making your dreams a reality. Remember that practicality is vision, feedback, and compromise. Create your plan. You need to be more organized. If that's what you need, then it's going to require you to either use this phone that you have in your hand 24/7, to use that notes section in there, because all phones have a section for notes. Android, iPhone, Nokia, BlackBerry, Blueberry, it doesn't matter. Put this stuff down on paper. Put it down in your notes. And you taking the time to write this out, when you're taking the time to type this out, what you're actually doing is submitting this into your subconscious as well. Because when you just think about the things you want to do, they're just merely a thought. They come and they go. Sometimes they go way to the back of your brain and you don't even remember, like, dang, what was my plan? What was I saying I was going to do with that? How was I going to implement? I don't know. Now you out here, you just reaching and grabbing stuff. You just all up here. Just, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. No. You're going to do this. What's on this paper? If you want to revise what's on your paper, by all means, revise it. But put this stuff down that you want to achieve. Bring some structure into your life. Bring some structure into your mindset. And you'll bring a lot more structure into your results. If you need help devising a plan, if you need help going over the plan you already have, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with reaching out for help. I'm here. I'm available for you guys. I'm making myself available through email, through DM, through the comments. Now, I can't reasonably respond to everyone and reasonably, hit every single thing in a timely fashion. But I also believe in giving my undivided attention to things. So if you work on your practicality, I'll make myself available to help you in keeping that going. Thank y'all.